Hello, sophomores. I just wanted to send you a quick video. I miss you guys like crazy. This is so crappy. It's so necessary and it's important, but I really miss you guys and I was hoping I would get to see you sooner rather than later. Since that's not going to happen, we are going to come up with some different ways to communicate with each other and make this the best that we can possibly make it, get you guys what you need, and move forward. So yeah, I'm just chilling at home with my kids, and my kids are going a little stir crazy. I'm sure you guys are as well. It's so hard to be not around people and to be like in your like confined space. It's hard when you're not used to that, right? So I hope that you guys are making it through and are not feeling the strain of that too much. So I wanted to, in this video, kind of just talk about where we are, what we're doing, what my plan is kind of moving forward, and how we can kind of make this work and kind of establish some different communication with you guys, because I have heard from all of you guys in one form or another. Some of it has been very brief, and I want to make sure that you guys are communicating back with me, and that I know what you guys need, because obviously I'm not seeing your guys' faces to be able to figure out what you guys need, or to see if you're confused, or to make sure that we're all on the same page. So I need you guys to make sure that you are communicating with me through email, by commenting on something on Google Classroom, however you need to do it, to get into touch with me so that I can help you in whatever way that I can, in whatever way that you guys need. So that is kind of the point of this, I guess, is to talk about where we're at and make sure that we have some communication with each other. First of all, I want to talk about the assignments that I gave you guys for this last week and a half. The first thing that I gave you guys was the journal, and that you guys have asked questions. I've answered all the questions that have been asked, but basically they need to just be as long as they need to be, at least a solid paragraph for journal entries, and we need to have that. I asked you guys to have it handwritten. If you typed it, that's completely fine. If you typed it, you're just going to submit the document to that Dropbox. If you hand wrote it, then I want you guys to just like take pictures of it on your phone or your computer or whatever and submit it to the Dropbox just the same. Okay, so we'll go that route. That's due on Friday. And basically what I'm going to do for everything is Friday will be the due date. And Fridays, I'll just leave it open until 11:59 p.m. just like I always do. So that's going to be kind of my time frame usually. I will try to post things on Monday and I will have stuff due on Friday, just so we can have some consistency and know what the expectations are. The ACT stuff. So that was a lot of things in one assignment. And I have had some questions about what was expected and how that's going to be graded and that kind of thing. So I wanted to clear all of that stuff up for you guys too. So there I asked you guys to take notes off of those PowerPoints, to read through them, to make sure that you understood them, to make sure you understood and had some strategies to approach those different tests. Obviously, we can spend some time talking about them. If you guys have any questions about anything specific, definitely, we can talk about that. But then I had 3 parts that I wanted you guys to complete for that, okay? So I'm not going to make you guys turn in your notes, but I do want you guys to have the timed right, the sample essay. We have done this a couple of times now, so you guys should know the drill with it. Try to keep it as close to what you would do like in my classroom or when you were taking the test as possible. So put away your phone, put away your watch, time yourself for 40 minutes, keep track of your time. The difference that I'm going to put on this is that type it. I mean, if you hand wrote it already, that's fine. And then you'll just take a picture of it and submit it. But type it, because we're in this format right now. So That would be my only difference to the writing that we would do. Then you guys have the English and the reading test. I'm referring to my notes down here, so that's why I keep looking down. But you have the English and the reading tests. At the top of both of those tests, there is a time, there are like instructions, all of that kind of thing. Follow those, okay? Again, put your watch away, put your phone away, time yourself, make it as close to a testing environment as you can. I would like you guys to do it on that Google form that I put out there for you. So there's one for English and there's one for reading. That will give you guys instant feedback. It'll allow you to see which questions you got wrong and you can go forward from there. Okay, so we'll do that for the English and the reading test. I want you guys to have that feedback. I want you to be able to see that. And then I will score your essays that you submit. In terms of the grading, I'm not, this is like the scores that you get on your practice tests are not scores that I will put into the grade book. It'll be more of like a completion grade. Did you do it? That's more for the actual like raw score, is more for you to see how you did, to see what that looks like in terms of what you would potentially get if you took the ACT right now. So I wanted you guys to have that, but that will not, I won't be like, oh, you got this many out of 75. No, I'm not going to do that. So just to dispel any fears that you guys have in terms of that, don't worry about that. As long as you are doing it and you're putting forth the effort and actually trying on it, you guys will get your points for that. So don't worry about that. Okay, and then the third thing that we are working on right now is the independent book project, the second independent book project. You guys should all have your books at this point. You should be like jumping into actually reading those books. And what I'm going to do is put out a survey of sorts, probably a question on Classroom, where I will ask you guys to fill in what book you're doing and what project you want to do with it. That's going to be continuing on. That's going to be going on in the background of whatever we're doing throughout each week to come. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, and I want you guys to continue to work on that project just like you would if we were working on it every Friday in class. So that's where we're at in terms of that. The other thing I wanted to touch base on are the two assignments that I don't have graded yet, the independent book project summary and the nighttime write. I have a couple of you guys that have not turned in your projects yet. That is a problem. And if you haven't turned in your project yet, you probably aren't passing my class just because you haven't turned in the project. So if you have not turned in your project, please, please, please turn in your project. If it's a hard copy of something, take pictures of it, email it to me, get it to me some way so that I can put a grade in the grade book. In terms of the summary and the nighttime write, the only reason why I haven't gotten them graded is because I've spent a whole bunch of time these last 2 weeks trying to plan and trying to come up with strategies and writing a whole bunch of emails and communicating with a whole bunch of people to kind of come up with this plan and to work on how we can make this the best possible situation for all of us. So that will happen. I think I have a pretty good situation right now where everything is kind of set up. I've made contact with almost all of my students, which was my biggest concern, is making sure that I was reaching everybody. So now that I have that kind of under control, I will have those graded by Friday. So no worries there. That, like I said, by Friday, those will be in the grade book. And in terms of the nighttime write, I will give you guys a grade on how did you follow the instructions? Did you do the thing? Do you have the content? But I will also then in the comments of that assignment, I'll write like what scores you got on the rubric that we have been talking about, the ACT style rubric. So I'll give you guys that information in the comment of the assignment on PowerSchool. So you guys have that. The plan moving forward. Okay, so we talked about where we're at. Now let's talk about where we're going. Basically, what I'm going to try to do is on Sunday or Monday, I will create a new topic for the week. In that topic, I will lay out kind of what we're doing. I will try to put some videos in there if there's anything that I feel like it would come better from me saying it rather than you guys just reading it. I will try to do that. Anything that I say in those videos, though, I will also put into a PowerPoint for you guys to take notes off of if for whatever reason you're not able to access a video of me, okay? So we'll have a topic, we will have any assignments, anything that goes with the assignments to help you with whatever we have going on. I will also have video topic assignment. I'm going to try to come up with some different ways for us to have like class discussions. Some of you might be using Zoom in some of your other classes. I'm hoping I can try to get that set up and we can do some class discussion or at least one-on-one discussions, something like that, so that we can have those. It's hard to have a class without the class discussion, right? And even if we have to do something like on Google Classroom where I write a comment and you guys respond to it, we can do something like that. I'm trying to come up with a better strategy because that gets a little bit messy and it's hard to kind of follow. But we'll figure something out there. I do want you guys to make sure you're checking in daily. I'm going to try to post something at least every day. Please, you guys, comment on whatever comments I can get back to really quickly, whether they're like private comments or whether they're comments on like something that I've posted for the class to see. Whichever way, comment on it, send me an email. If you guys feel like you need to talk to me, if you feel like you need to call me or whatever, let me know. We can work something out, okay? I want to make those connections. I want to talk to you guys. I miss you guys like crazy, and I want you guys to feel like you are supported and like you have what you need to be successful right now. So however that needs to happen, please talk to me. I've sent some emails to people who are missing some assignments that we need to get in, but I haven't heard back from everybody in terms of that kind of thing. Like I said, some of those I have heard from everybody, but some of it has been very brief. So I want to make sure that we're having that communication, that open communication back and forth. Next week, we're going to be moving into some argumentation stuff, talking about how that works, looking at like the beginning of what an argumentative project is going to look like for us in this format. So that's going to be our next topic. That will come next week. Like I said, either on Sunday or Monday. And then I will have stuff due on Friday. So that's just going to be kind of our cycle while we are continuing on this path. So if you have questions, let me know. Drop a comment. Talk to me. I'm lonely. I miss you guys a lot. But I hope you guys are all doing well, and I think that's everything I have. So I will get this posted. I will send a remind. If you don't have Remind set up yet, there you can scroll down on Google Classroom down to that. It's there for you to drop in. Every time I post something, I will shoot a remind you guys to let you know to check it out. But again, please just make sure you're checking like every day so you know what you're missing, okay? I hope you guys are well, and I'll talk to you later.